What's up guys, and welcome back to One Life Cars. Join me today in front of the Ford Transit Connect for a quick tutorial on how to remove and replace the thermostat. Dead common job, something that needs doing fairly regularly. They go with extreme cold and extreme heat. It only requires one tool, this job. Quite a simple job, but it's a bit awkward to get to, a bit fiddly. But I'll show you guys how to, and the easiest and the best way to do it. So let's have a look under the engine. I'll show you guys where the thermostat is, how to remove it and replace it with a new one. Let's go. Alright guys, the Ford Transit Connect. 1.8 litre turbo diesel. It says it there, so it must be right. I'll show you guys how to remove and replace the thermostat. So the first thing you got to do is if you look to where this intercooler is, and the dipstick for some reference points, and you basically going to head straight down to the left of the dipstick, and you see a little pipe and then a big fat pipe under it. Now this is the thermostat housing here. Connected to this big fat pipe. You can leave the pipe on, that can just stay connected to the housing, and to remove it you've got 3 bolts. There's one here at the top, you can see probably quite clearly. There's one down there, that's the light falling, ignore that. You can just see through between the 2 lines. So you've basically got 1, 2 down there, just behind these pipes here. It's a lot easier to see sort of in person than on the camera. It's just hard to get the camera down here. And the 3rd one is just where my nail is there. See it quite low down. Again, it is quite fiddly to get to, but you can definitely get a ratchet in there, maybe even just an 8mm spanner. So you want an 8mm socket or spanner. I'm going to undo these 3 bolts and pull it away, which will reveal the thermostat, and I'll show you how to remove it and stick the new one in and get it put back on, making sure that it's the right way round, as I've had problems with a Fiesta which had a thermostat put in the wrong way around, and it did sort of work but then didn't sometimes, and had loads of problems with it. The previous owner had in and out of garages and no one seemed to notice what was wrong. So I thought, let's just have a look at the thermostat, and it was just the wrong way around, and when we flipped it, it never had an overheating problem again. So anyway, back to it. Get this undone and have a look. Right guys, bit of a change of plan here. It's really awkward to get to these bolts with the intercooler on. So as you can see, I've removed it, but not to worry, it's a dead easy and quick job. And I've also done a video on that, which will be up at the same time as this one. In fact, there'll be a link at the top right hand corner of your screen now to that video to remove the intercooler, and there'll also be a link in the description below, so check that out first. Get the intercooler off out of the way, and now it is so easy to get a ratchet set up like that. Stick it on that bolt there, it's already loose. This one down here, as you can see that there. Just get the spanner on. It's a bit awkward with one hand, but obviously you guys will have 2 hands because you won't be filming it. But you get the idea. I can now get to, and this one here, this was the hardest one from up above. They're a bit rusty and tight. There you go, that's another one cracked. So I'll undo these 3 bolts, 8mm socket, remember. Get the housing off, show you the thermostat, show you the replacement, and how to get it back on. So, as you can see here from the mess, I've undone the thermostat housing. One thing you might want to do is put a bucket underneath. You won't lose all your antifreeze, but you will lose a bit. So you could catch that and reuse it, or just to stop it from going everywhere. You don't really want it over everything too, it can be corrosive. But for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to pop it out and show you guys how. Here we have our thermostat. Now notice the way it goes in. So this little sort of plate, this little disc on the end goes into the housing there, which you can see a small amount of fluid coming out of still. Thermostat itself will be a bit tight, the old one. I've just got it gripped here, or you can get a flat screwdriver under it and prise it off. So if you can see that there, I'm just going to get a flat screwdriver. And it doesn't take much, just literally, can you see that there on the camera? Literally prise it up like so. That leaves your thermostat housing. Check there's no cracks in it, it's fairly clean, that's good that. And this seals in here, so when you put it back on it seals. I'm not sure if you get a new one with the kit. That feels quite rock hard. So, for the purpose of the tape, I've now got my new thermostat. And all you're going to do is make sure it's clean, free from debris and stuff. And this little funny looking end here goes into the housing with the pipe on. Just going to get that into position, like so. Hold it with sort of 2 fingers or whatever as you go to put it back in. And if you come down here and watch me, I'm still holding it in place and I'm just going to push it all back in one movement like that. Hold that back on, grab one of the bolts, get that bolt in, so get it into position, and then I'm just going to get my bar loose like this, just to hold it into place so it doesn't all fall back out, and then the thermostat slips loose, because you've got to make sure you've got a nice tight seal. Don't tighten this one bolt up on its own dead tight, just to hold it in place while I get my other 2 bolts in. A bit fiddly to get that with your hands, but not impossible at all, especially with the intercooler out of the way. Make sure you line it up right. So adjust this a bit. Get my bar and tighten that up. Not all the way though, just nip it for now until you've got all 3 in, and then you can do a little pattern to tighten it up so you don't put excess stress on one side and crack the plastic casing. They are only plastic, and because they get hot and cold from the engine being on and off, they do get brittle as they get older, and they do crack, especially the Ford ones. I've seen a few cracked a couple myself, so be gentle with it. If you want to, and you've got a torque bar, get the proper torque ratings and look them up. So I'm just going to nip these up, you know, using a ratchet this sort of size, just give them a nice nip, don't lean on it, you know, they don't have to be mega, you just want it to be watertight so it don't leak. And just like that, the thermostat's replaced, bolts are tightened up, you'll know how to put the intercooler back on, which is dead easy because you would have just watched my other video on how to do that. And that's that, guys. That is how to remove and replace the thermostat on the Mark 1 Ford Transit Connect. I hope you found this video useful. If you're new to the channel and you like this sort of car and van content, learning a bit, maybe you want to request a tutorial on your own car, let me know in the comments below and hit that subscribe button. Join One Life Cars. Till next time, guys, that's it from me. My name's Sam Clark.